right. So welcome to the business of personal care. My name is Robin, certified nutrition specialist. And this evening, you're going to hear from a number of awesome ladies in the personal care industry. And how this call came about, it was inspired by two reasons. One of the things when it comes to personal care in doing hair and dealing with the skin or the nails or even body work, the outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So what we do nutritionally shows up and they know it. So you don't have to say what you're eating or what you're not eating, but they know through your hair. If you think you're trying to keep it a secret, your personal care professionals, they know what you're doing. And we know that when you eat the best, you are the best. And we have found a way to not only enhance ourselves and impact our customers and clients that way, but there is also a way that we've found to supplement our income and increase our bottom line. So we're going to talk about that in two ways. How the health side of it is impacting those that they serve, and then also from a financial standpoint. And as I said, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, and they know it. So all of us were introduced to whole food nutrition, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And I can tell you this, as a nutritionist, when I first heard that, I was honestly skeptical about it, because I hear a lot of, people like, you should hear about this, you should hear about that. And when I thought fruits and vegetables in a capsule, I said, yeah, right. Until I realized that it was highly researched, and it really makes sense because people don't understand how much produce we actually need, like 9 to 13 servings. Furthermore, when you're eating your produce, 9 times out of 10, when you're eating an orange, you're not eating the peel. Are you? I don't know. So with this whole food nutrition, it's the pits, the peel, the seed, the core, all of it ground up, turned into a powder, the water taken out, and it's like a salad bar in a capsule every day. Imagine what would happen to your body if you flooded it with whole food nutrition all day. And if you are in the personal care industry, imagine if your clientele had that, what you would notice in them. And it was my hairdresser that asked me, she said, why is your hair growing so much? I just fixed your hair, and now here it is all grown out again. What are you doing? So I'm going to leave it right there. And we're going to hear from Darlene first. And so we're going to hear from Darlene, Chris, Kaya, and Heidi. And we just want to know, Darlene, where are you from and how long have you been in the personal care industry?
Okay, thank you, Robin. I'm Darlene Gibson. I am actually the third daughter of Lawrence and Lucille Gibson, and I stand on their shoulders. And I've been in this business for 40 years. I'm still loving it, very passionate about it. And I live in St. Louis, Missouri, too, the Show Me State.
The Show Me State. And what's the temperature out there?
The temperature is 28, and we had snow today.
Ooh, 28. All right. Well then. And then Chris. Where's Chris?
Hi. I'm Chris Hagel, and I am from Santa Maria, California, where I am freezing at a balmy 55 degrees.
Right.
Born and raised here, so, the weather. And I have been a hairdresser, a hairstylist professionally for about 38 years, 15 of those owning 2 salons.
Wow. All right. And then let's see, Kaya. Kaya, where are you?
Hi, I had to unmute. Hi.
And then where are you from?
I live in San Diego. Also, I'm laughing at us. Us Californians, we're crying about the weather.
I know.
I live in San Diego. I have been a massage therapist for about, oh my goodness, it's hard to keep track. I want to say 12, 14 years. I I did work full time before my twin boys were born, who are now 6. So it's the last 6 years have been a lot more part-time, very, very minimal hours. But the
Okay.
health and wellness industry and holistic health has always, always been a part of my life.
Okay. Got
Mm.
it. Got it. And then Heidi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My name's Heidi Fantastic Biggs. I'm originally from England and I moved to California 15 years ago. I have been doing hair for 33 years, sorry.
Oh, wow.
That short, but for 33 years. And yeah, I was like 16 when I started. You can start a lot younger when you're in the UK. And so I'll let you figure out the math on that. But just like Chris and Kaya, it's like 50 degrees. You know, I moved from England to California for the heat, for the sun. So anyway, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit of rain here and there.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'm actually from California too. I guess the West Coast is dominating tonight. So
We call it the West Coast, Best Coast.
the West Coast, Best Coast, we'll call it that. So Darlene, you got to represent.
All right.
So Darlene,
I am from
tell
Show
us.
Me.
You got to do the show me state. Now tell us
Mhm.
how you were introduced to this whole food nutrition and what has been your personal experience with taking it or eating it.
Okay. Actually, I was introduced to this whole food nutrition by one of my clients who's an internal medicine doctor. And she shared it with me. Of course, a lot of times we as hairdressers and massage therapists, we really don't have time to eat right. So I started eating this plant-based, and what it started doing was actually giving me the energy that I needed, and I started feeling like I was 21, right? So I've been eating this for 18 years now. So actually, right before 4 months before I started really eating this whole food nutrition, I had to get my thyroid removed. And the thyroid is very important. It's your energy for your body. So actually, the doctors were amazed at my recovery. And I still eat it every day. I'm very busy. I was traveling all around the world doing her shows and behind the chair. And what it has done for me, it really helped bridge that gap. It gives me the energy. It helps with my workout recovery. And it has made a major difference with my clientele for as their hair and their skin. They get color sooner and haircuts sooner, and they just look good. They have a good glow. So it's really about the inside out. So it makes a big difference. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And I want to say this too, because we like to say, or we do say, we eat this whole food nutrition. And then sometimes people are listening, like, okay, are they eating it? Are they taking it? Like, so it's whole food nutrition in a capsule, but because it's classified as food, we say we eat it because it's a capsule, and we actually have it in a chewable form. So you literally chew it, and we have that choice. And then we also have a plant-based shake that we take. So it's food. So you'll often hear us referring to eating it. So I wanted to say that. All right. So Chris, your story. Yeah. So share with us how you found out about it and just what you've noticed within yourself.
Okay, so I was introduced to these plant powders by a dear friend. And like you, Robin, I was really skeptical. And so I really took a hard pass the first time. Funny enough, it wasn't that I didn't think it was a good idea. I think I remember being on the phone with her. My kids were little. I think I was like pouring the macaroni into the boiling water to make that really nutritious mac and cheese dinner for my kids while I threw my dirty towels in the laundry because I owned the salon. And, so, I mean, it wasn't that it didn't sound good, but it sounded too good to be true. And I thought arrogantly, I would have already known about this if this really existed. So hard pass. But luckily, this friend who was really genuine and sweet just kept sharing. And finally, I kind of took a little peek at the research and I was like, okay, all right, we'll try this. So my family myself, my two boys were little, my husband, we started eating it. And she was really good about educating me. And she said, you know, it's food. So don't, you know, it's going to take a while for your body to, you know, for things to start happening. But, you know, shortly after, you know, starting to eat it, we really had some magical things happen. For one, my husband's blood work got very improved. I wasn't taking my kids to the pediatrician. We were no longer members of the antibiotic of the month club. And then I think, you know, somewhere down the road, I think I was standing behind the chair and it was about 3 p.m. and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't need Starbucks. I don't need to beg one of my clients to go run to Starbucks. I have energy. I mean, that was like a deal breaker right there. Like, I'm a lifer. It's amazing.
It just makes sense. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And Kaya, how for you and your family, tell us the impact.
Yes. So I was introduced to this whole food nutrition just about 3 years ago. And at the time, my twin boys were 3 years old and my daughter was 5 years old. So you know how kids are. They are they're little petri dishes. So at the time, my boys started preschool, my daughter started kindergarten. So going from being home with me, you know, just in our little bubble and going to school. They started bringing all the cooties home and getting sick. And my mom lives with us. So we went, and we're a very healthy family. So we went from being like healthy and, you know, barely ever getting sick to having this 6-month period from the August start of school all the way through the holidays, through Christmas and New Year's. We were sick for 6 months. Our family just cycled it throughout, one after another. As soon as one adult would get sick, the next would get as soon as one adult would get better from being sick, the next adult would get sick. The kids were just cycling it around. And honestly, I was complaining nonstop to everyone that would listen to me. I was posting on Facebook and complaining. We had 3 rounds of croup. And if you've ever experienced that as a parent, it's frightening. One trip to the emergency room, we had croup it's very scary. So because I was very vocal about this complaint about my family being sick, I had a friend who said, you know, she has twins as well. And she said, I've got the girls taking these whole food gummies and they seem to not be getting sick as much anymore. And it might last a couple of days rather than a week or two. And so I said, let me try this, because I had a whole huge medicine cabinet full of natural holistic remedies that I was using, because holistic health has always been in my life. It's always been on my radar, and keeping my kids off of antibiotics was very important to me, but nothing was working. We were still sick. So I said, you know what, I will try this. And initially I ordered it just for my kids, but I also had a little bit of FOMO and I wanted to eat this nutrition as well. So I started eating it too. And what I love so much is that you receive a 4-month shipment. So since I ordered it for 3 of my kids and we received this large box because they give you 4 months at once, I was like, you know what, I'll eat this too. We'll just get our next shipment earlier. We'll place another order. So I found my kids weren't getting sick anymore. I wasn't getting sick anymore. But something that I never expected was my health changed so drastically. I thought that I was exhausted, constantly tired and exhausted, and had chronic low back pain and insomnia. I thought that's because I had little kids and I was a stay-at-home mom who was always on the go nonstop, you know, from morning till night. And I would drink 2 huge cups of coffee every morning. I would still have an energy crash in the afternoon. I would still have insomnia. And I thought this was normal. And a couple months into eating these whole food gummies and concentrates, I realized, wow, like, I'm not drinking coffee anymore. I had also started drinking the shakes, and I would find myself craving a shake in the morning rather than craving coffee. And I didn't have the back pain anymore. I was sleeping better than ever. None of us were getting sick. My husband's sinus pressure headaches went away. He felt so much better. We really were noticing tremendous difference for our whole family, which was just very, very exciting.
Wow, that is. As we move to the next questions, because I want to ask you all, and as those are you listening, let me just say this: you hear these stories. We make no claims in this regard. This is fruits and vegetables. We're not saying that this is going to cure any specific illness or ailment or disease, your body knows what to do with the nutrition. And because we're just the way our society is, so I have my nutritionist hat on, but we're so nutrient deficient. When we get what our body needs, our cells from a cellular level, it knows what to absorb, and that absorption just gets into the rest of our body, and great things happen. So I wanted to put that in there. Now, all of you,
Did you want me to share, Robbie?
I do want you to share. Oh my, I do. I certainly do. I'm so sorry. Go for it. Please share.
So
Thank you.
before I was introduced to these concentrated fruits and veggies in a capsule, I actually was miserable because I had digestive issues. I was
Okay.
constipated, going to the bathroom twice a week. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but it was horrible. And I just thought, because I tried everything, I tried Metamucil, everything that you could possibly find on the shelf. I tried everything. Come to find out, around the same time, about a month before I was introduced to these plant powders that really changed my life, I had a lot of food intolerances. So when I was introduced, actually it was my husband that was introduced to these plant powders. He met a guy while surfing. He was literally on a wave. They're like, hi. Turns out that we were neighbors with this guy. And my husband saw this guy in his late 60s catching every wave, and seeing these 30-year-olds that were like struggling, like taking a breath while he's out there catching every wave. They're taking their breath, catching their breath. So it kind of caught his attention. My husband's a soccer coach. And so, nutrition's he has a sports science degree. So he has a really big background in nutrition. So he met with this guy, he shared what these plant powders were, came home super excited to share it with me, and I shut him down. I was just not interested. I did not want to know. I was like, I've tried everything, I'm too cool. And then I heard two doctors speak. And it was the second doctor that I heard speak that really spoke a language that I understood, because I have been a previous bodybuilder and personal trainer. And so I understand on a cellular level what happens to the body. And when I started taking these plant powders, oh my gosh, overnight, I went from going to the bathroom twice a week to being able to go every day, 2 to 4 times a day. Like you said, Robin, like your body knows what to do with this concentrated nutrients. We're not food deficient, we're nutrient deficient. And the cool thing was, I wasn't expecting it to help with my allergies. And I used to take an allergy pill every single day, 365 days a year. And 3 months in, I noticed, wow, I'm not taking an allergy pill anymore. I wonder if it's these plant powders. So I just continued to flood my body every single day. And I have not, and in fact, I just got allergy testing done. So before adding these fruit and vegetable concentrates into my life, I was allergic to cats, dogs, horses, trees, plants, weeds, grasses, you name it. I was allergic to it. And I just got allergy testing done again. And I'm now only allergic to cats and dogs, and much less than I was before. I'm like,
wow, that's really good.
That is good.
That is good. That is good. Awesome. So those that are listening, we wanted you to understand how it has affected, us personally, because if you're in the personal care industry and you have a business, you're likely not going to recommend something that you don't believe in and have not, had some experience with. And so you can see that they had their own experience. And so I'm going to ask them then what made them decide to offer it to their clientele and how that has impacted them as an additional income stream. And I want to make this, everybody knows what's going on in our society, and personal care professionals have been impacted greatly, especially in California. I'm wearing a hat because my stylist has been shut down. So I couldn't come on here looking how I look underneath the hat. So that's an issue. Open one time, gone the next, income volatility. And so what I want to ask you all is, we understood it made sense to you from a health standpoint. What made you decide to partner with this company? And then what impact has that made on you, your business? As a business, supplemental income, like what has that done for you? So talk to us about that, Darlene.
Okay. Well, for me, being an entrepreneur, you pretty much have to take care of everything. You take care of your home, you take care of the salon, vacation, everything. You have to take care of everything. So for me, insurance is so valuable for me, especially having that thyroid situation. And for 5 years, going to an oncologist and taking scans. Health insurance to me is so valuable. You can't you can't live without it, really. So for
Right.
me, it's so important to have a plan B. And
Mhm.
for me, this business really was the plan B. So I was saving, putting that money away, not knowing that March 2020 that we were going to be shut down after 40 years of being in business.
Mm.
That was
Mm.
really devastating for our whole team. And thank God for this supplemental income that I was putting
Yes.
away, thinking for a plan B for later. Well,
Mm.
actually, I had to start using that to live off and to continue to keep the salon going.
Wow.
Most stylists, we live pretty large. We really do. So you got a lot of big bills to take care of. So I had to
Mhm.
take care of the salon, take care of my home, take care of everything. So
Wow.
this Juice Plus, I mean, oh, I said it, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
So it really bridged that financial gap for me,
Mm.
and I take care of everything myself. I mean, I'm a single woman, so everything is on my shoulders.
Mhm.
So for
Yeah.
me, it was very impactful. It took the pressure off, knowing
Wow.
that every month I had a check coming in. And that's
That's
why my heart is really for people like me, people that are in business, people that really don't have that money coming in continuously. It's not a 9 to 5. Our
mm,
job is a 9 to 9 and then 9 again to 9. So
mhm.
that's some long hours. And you really depending on those clients come in, they cancel, things happen, or this major shutdown. So for me, with all these uncertainties that's been in this industry for all of us, I
Mhm.
traveled all around the world. My schedule was busy from January all the way to December with her shows all over the world. All of that was shut down.
All of it.
Only
Yeah.
income I had coming in was this
The
business.
this business.
And
Wow.
I said, Lord, I just thank you. I'm so grateful for it because I didn't know, but He knew.
Mhm.
And so I'm so grateful that I did have a plan B.
Did
But
have a
it's so many of us don't have a plan B
right.
in health insurance. We work
Wow.
long hours. We work hard, our shoulders, our back. You heard all the stories.
Mhm.
It's taxing on our bodies.
Yeah.
It breaks you down. It really does. So just having a plan B, knowing that I can have health insurance, knowing that I can have long-term disability, knowing that I can have benefits. Benefits.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
You
you for that.
know, that means a lot.
Yes,
So
it is. That's very
it
inspiring.
has, yes, it has been a true blessing with all of these uncertainties that are
Going
still
on.
before us.
That is good.
So please
I
share
could
with your stylist, share with your barber, share with the esthetician, because
mm,
we need it. We need a plan B.
wow.
Really
I'm
do.
gonna go.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. No, no worries. I'm gonna go to Heidi because Heidi almost somehow I tried to skip you last time. I don't know why. So Heidi, share with us your experience of why you partnered and how what this supplemental income has done for you.
Well, like I said earlier on, I was really resistant. I did not want to be part of any kind of company like this.
Mm,
But then I found I was sharing with all my clients, and I was seeing such incredible changes with their hair. Like medications, and like we said, we don't make any claims, but I was seeing like the evidence of, my sharing and how it was impacting my clients. And so I ended up taking over my husband. And like Darlene said, it's just, been able to create this extra source of income. And I actually wasn't looking for a plan. Well, I kind of was looking for a plan B, but I didn't know what I was going to do, because my chiropractor, like we're hairstylists, we see the chiropractor every week, or at least, times a month. And my chiropractor was the one that said to me, hey, what are you going to do? Because when are you going to go part-time? And I had no clue. Like I was personal trainer, but that was still like, pretty taxing on the body. And so I had no answer until this came along. And so I was really grateful that it did, because then the extra source of income was coming in. But what I wasn't prepared for, around the same time that this was going on, I ended up being diagnosed with 2 really rare disorders, and I was very, very sick. And not only did these plant powders keep me alive, honestly, but they were also that, like when you're a hairstylist and you're self-employed, or if you're a massage therapist like Kaya, nothing prepares you for sickness. And when you have time off work, that's money that's income that you're completely losing. So I was really grateful that at least I had that income coming in, and I had something that I could take that really truly kept me alive. I was in I went down to 90 pounds because I literally could not eat or drink anything. And I made these plant powders a priority. And I know that the nutrients rather than calories really helped me. So then fast forward to 2020. And, we had the year before bought a house, and we had no intentions of buying a house. We just accidentally kind of bought this house. And then 2020 hit. And, it was a huge increase in what we were paying in rent before. But we managed to continue to pay our mortgage, because my income that I get pays 2/3 of that mortgage. And so I am so grateful for this. And I'm so grateful to have a plan B, because I could not imagine how things would have worked out if we didn't have that extra income coming in.
Wow, that's very, very powerful. Very powerful. All right, Chris, and then Kaya, and and then as you listen to these stories and you feel inspired, just know to contact the person that invited you here to get some more information. But Chris, share your experience, why you partnered, and what impact this has made for you.
Okay, so funny story. This was 16 years ago for me. So busy salon owner, but my friend that introduced me to the plant powders also introduced the business at the exact same time. And I laughed because I was like, I cannot add one more thing. Are you kidding? Like I could see me telling my husband that no, that's not going to happen. But I'm so like, I suffer from extreme FOMO. And I kept thinking, okay, if I have never heard of this, then I'm talking to all these people, like, why not share? So honestly, it was kind of the business opportunity of like, hey, why not me? So I jumped on board. And as things progressed and we started really getting some great return, and feeling better, and all those things started happening, it became so much more of like a mission to share. It wasn't just about, I don't know, it just started to mean so much more that I needed to tell people about this, because as stylists and massage therapists and just personal care people tell us stuff all the time. Like, we know they're sick, they're worried about finances, they just tell us stuff, like, right, it's just on our shoulders. So why not share this? I mean, this could be so valuable for people. So it's just been a crazy ride for me. I had no idea what I was getting into, but the community that just hugged me and took care of me and educated me, the friends that I've made, it has just been the best crazy FOMO thing that I ever did. Like, FOMO has gotten me in trouble a few times, but that's a whole other Zoom call. But this FOMO finally paid off.
Yes, yes. Thank you for that. So we're gonna wrap up with Kaya. We're running a little bit tardy, so we're gonna just wrap it up a little bit. But Kaya, share with us the impact that it's had on your family as a supplemental income opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you, Robin. It's so funny how many things that you ladies have already shared where I'm like, me too. Absolutely. Yes. So much. So much. Yes. So as a massage therapist, people would come and see me. I had a private practice, and my clients' main complaints were chronic pain or stress. That's the main reason people came in to see me. And where is that stress coming from? Where is this chronic pain rooted, right? Doctors are going to prescribe medications, and that's a whole nother conversation to have. But and I would be recommending to my clients to be coming into me as often as they possibly could, depending on their budget, every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks, every 3 months, whatever they could afford. So my job as a massage therapist is to help in any way that I can. Anything that I could do to recommend to you for your overall holistic health, whole body health, anything I can do is going to be valuable. I'm not just giving a massage and then saying, bye bye, see you in 6 weeks. Anything else that I can do to help you is so important. So being able to share with my friends, family, clients, being able to share this nutrition after seeing what it's done in such what it did initially in such a short time for our family, it just made sense that I had to be sharing it with people. And nutrition's always been so important to me. So it was just, it really was a no-brainer for me. And I didn't know if and when I would go back to doing massage full time after my twins were born. And no one could have predicted what just happened to us in this last year with this pandemic. So being able to stay home with my kids, because massage, as even though I haven't been in the private practice office, the massage industry, that's been the same as salons. They were entirely shut down. So being able to have this supplementary source of income that I wasn't expecting to be bringing into my family, but it's been such a gift to have for me to be able to stay home with my kids, work my business around my family schedule when I want to. And also, I've been an entrepreneur my whole entire life. So going from having my own business to then staying home was kind of a shock to my system. So, I was missing that adult interaction, having conversations and being around other people. And, as much as I love being home with my kids, I really was just missing adult interactions. So getting to, just like Chris said, this community of people, getting to be embraced by these amazing, phenomenal people, the the things that we've learned, the things I've learned, the friendships I've made, it just keeps getting better and better. It makes my thirst for more knowledge grow every single day. I want to share more. I want to help people with anything I can do, along with, along with this nutrition. What else can they do? How else can they make improvements in their life? So it really just, it's been the biggest blessing that I could have ever. I didn't even know that I needed, and it's been the biggest blessing of my life. So I'm just so grateful.
So thank you so much for that. There was a comment, and I want to address this comment with saying, I'm wondering what the possibilities would be for estheticians. And we do have estheticians on the team. A couple of them couldn't make it in tonight, but absolutely makes an impact. And I know this firsthand. You, as estheticians, they see this, they're through the skin. And with this whole food nutrition, it definitely makes an impact on the skin. I won't be any longer because we're running out of our time, but absolutely, we do have estheticians in the community that can attest to that. Y'all have heard a lot, a lot. If you are in the personal care profession, I urge you, encourage you to get in touch with the person that invited you here, because I know that you have heard something that made sense to you. We're so glad that you were able to join us. If you're listening to us live, the business of personal care, how we make a greater impact on those we serve and our bottom line. Again, this is Robin. Thank you so much for being here, and contact the person that invited you here. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Robin.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.